Welcome back to the channel, guys and gals, maybe, I don't know. This episode we're going to dig into this 69 Jeep Wagoneer, which is quite possibly one of the lowest mile full-size Jeeps and Wagoneers left in existence. She's been parked a minute. She's been parked since 1979 when she was 10 years old. Stick around, we're going to dig into it. We're going to see how far we can take this in the short amount of time we got to getting it back on the road. It sells an auction in just 2 weeks. Unfortunately, she's already consigned to auction, so she's going to auction regardless of how far we get her. I'm going to provide you guys that link in the description. You guys can bid online, you can bid in person. The auction is in Markville, Indiana, Jeff Boone Auctioneers. There's going to be quite a few classic cars there, including 6 or 7 of our own. So stick around with us. We'll dig into this. I'll show you guys how I come at the conclusion them miles are factual. I'll show you the documentation we got. And you guys can make the opinion yourselves, of course. I'm 100% confident the miles are accurate. I'll show you what the miles are. And we'll see if we can revive this thing. Make her go down the road once again. So stick around, guys. It'll be a good one. We're going to start out with just getting this thing dug out of where it's been sitting for the last 4 years. We have one tire that's still on the bead. I'm sure you guys can hear the little air compressor running in the background. The other 3 tires are completely off the bead. Where it is sitting at is pretty soft ground. Just in front of it is hard packed driveway. So what I'm going to do, I've got Alicia's Jeep here. We're going to drag it out, get it on some hard packed ground, get her in the air, see if we can get some tires on it to hold air. And we'll dig into the interior, dig into the engine, and get a good feel for what we're dealing with. And hopefully she doesn't fight us too hard. And I'm gonna get you guys some good footage from underneath and stuff so you can get appreciation for how solid this girl actually is. I got it knowing that it was as solid as it is. I've seen this up on a payloader before when it came into the salvage yard. A guy I used to help with his auto salvage business got this in 2000 when the previous owner died, and the family's just like, make it go away. They didn't care. So he got it. To put it kindly, he doesn't have an appreciation for old iron as much as I do. He was going to pull some parts off of it, pull the grill out of it as a wall hanger, and crush it. And I'm like, I can't let it happen. At this time, neither one of us realized how low miles it was. And we'll get into the miles just in a second, how I realized it. And I didn't realize the miles until just yesterday. So I've owned this thing a little bit without even knowing what I actually had. And if I did know that, I would have treated it a lot better than I did. So I got this in my mind at the time. It was actually going to be a parts truck for this truck. And that story is for another day. I don't want to spoil this video with the information from that truck. That truck has been in my life since I was about, I don't know, probably actually since I was born. So that's a story for another day. Anyway, we already got one. We got the one tire that's on the bead. Got it aired up to 25 pounds. Get Alicia's Jeep hooked to it. We're gonna pull it out of its resting spot where it's been for 4 years. And let's dive into it. Man, I'm really hoping this thing doesn't fight us too hard, and see what we can do. I'm going to apologize now for all the wind noise. We're on a time crunch, and I can't wait for better days. And I'm not going to mess with taking this bad boy to the shop. We're going to do what we can right here in this driveway. And the smell just hit me, took my breath away. Whoa. I'm going to step back a little bit. We're going to boy, that's still like right there. We're gonna do what we can here in the driveway to get this thing cleaned out and going. So let's dig in here, see what we can find, see what we see. Some of these things have been thrown in here for storage. Most of it though was in here when I got it. So let's see what we find. The first thing is the smell, and it's not mice, it's just stank from sitting. Kind of a mildewy smell. Like I said, that window is gone in the driver's door. The passenger side back window, back door window is cracked down. It apparently doesn't roll up, or somebody would have rolled it up instead of putting a tarp on it. So she's got the foliage. She's got the fall colors going on. 2 layers of carpet, it looks like, maybe. Or no, nope, that's the insulation. She's gross. The wind is not helping either, because no matter where you go, it blows it in your face. But as you can see, the glove box is open. I went to go put this in my name the other day, and seen that the title said actual miles. I was like, no way. Blown away by what it actually said. So, and I was putting it in my name to take it to the auction. And my original plan was give her a spit shine, clean her up, run her through. She brings what she brings. Then I seen the miles. I was like, good Lord. So it's worth cleaning up. And that prompted me to dig deeper in. And when I opened the glove box, somehow the paperwork in there had not been chewed up. And mind-blowing. Receipts, everything, all the documentation that we need for me to confidently say 100% the miles are accurate. So once I get out of this wind, I'm not getting them papers out in this wind. So when we get back to the shop, we'll dig through them papers, which actually the papers are there anyway, so I can't do it anyhow. So anyway, let's dig into the interior. We got a GM AC Delco radio, thermos. What do we got here? Some C-clamps, pocket purse. Ooh, let's see what's in the pocket purse. She's looking a little flat. She's resembling my bank account. Let's see what we got. We got anything good? You know, because paper's flat and money's paper. So, nope. Story of my life. Let's see what else we got in here. Interesting combination. Let's see, Indiana 1980 hunting and trapping regulations. That's a pretty cool little piece. And of what I've read of this man that owned this, sorry, I'm getting chewed up with bugs. Of what I've read of this man's history, this is kind of surprising to me. This gentleman was an entrepreneur, and he was an African-American man, and he was a quite successful man, is my understanding. He grew up in Arkansas, migrated to, what is that? Is that? I don't know what that is. We'll hang on to that just in case we can figure out what it is. Migrated to Chicago, Illinois, and started I can't remember if it was a roofing or a painting business. We'll clarify that later in the video. I believe it was a painting business, which goes along with what's in this Jeep. Eventually, he moved from Chicago, and there is documentation of him living in Chicago. It's actually, I've actually got his records of his address in Chicago. And all the information I found in here matches up this gentleman's obituary to a T. Moved from Chicago to Fort Wayne, Indiana. And the reason I bring up that he was an African-American man, or black man, whatever makes you happy. He was the first African-American man to operate a food truck in Allen County, Indiana, which is just freaking cool. He was also the first African-American man to run a food truck and be a vendor at the Three Rivers Festival in Fort Wayne, Indiana. I thought those was two pretty cool things. I'm a pretty big fan of people that I consider icons. There's two types of people in this world. There's icons and there's icons. This guy was an icon. He didn't let anything stop him. Now remember, we're talking in the 60s and 70s, a black man being an entrepreneur and starting his own businesses. And not just the roofing or the painting business he had in Chicago. My understanding is, what I've gathered online, is he sold that, moved to Fort Wayne, and started up a food truck business. Hats off to the dude. I'm a big fan of people that make stuff happen regardless of their circumstances. This dude was one of them people, and I guarantee I could have kicked it with this guy. So anyway, enough about that for a second. Let's dig into this junk. Oil photo wrench, nothing cool. C-clamps. Looks like she had a CB radio at some point, maybe. Wheels for your bed. Hubcaps. Are they all there? No, we got 3 hubcaps so far. Three rear hubcaps, because I do believe, let me double check, I might be wrong. I do believe this has lockouts. I don't know. That might clear that hub. I don't know. Can you guys see that hub? It might clear there. I don't know. I really hope we got a full set of hubcaps. If I'm not mistaken, I've got hubcaps at the shop. So we'll get a full set on her before we're done. Oh, let's see what we got going on. Got the Barbie cash register. Part of a mirror. I believe that is probably the passenger side mirror, because a lot of the driver's side mirror is still there. Actually, there's the glass for the driver's side mirror, and the tabs broke. That stinks. So that's why we don't have a driver's side mirror. That's a good indication of why she might be parked. This has, those of you who know what you're looking at know exactly what engine's in this. This has a 350 Buick in it, which was an option from the factory for this Jeep. And I wonder if he doesn't have this. I don't know if it had a points distributor or an HEI. This is a yeah. No, this could have been for this. Yeah, I had a brain fart there. I have not paid attention to whether this is an HEI distributor in this or not. I don't think HEI came out until 1972. So maybe that points died and this was going to be their solution and it never happened. I don't know. We're definitely going to hang on to this. That might be why this thing was parked prematurely. Huh. What kind of stuff we got going on here? This is some kind of poster or something. Let's throw this stuff onto the floor. That's an interesting piece. I don't know that that's automotive. Let's see what we got here. Some more receipts. Quality Inn. That's a hotel. Chicago, Illinois. Last name, I can't read that for sure. His name's right here in the top. I can't read it, and I can't quite make out the date. So another cool piece. I'm gonna stick that in the glove box for now and not lose it, or maybe we'll put it in the glove box. That's probably why the glove box wasn't closed. All right, somebody's McDonald's. I was trying to dig out what we had here. Oh, that is the sun visor. What's left of it. Here's some more evidence. The gentleman had a commercial painting business. Pretty sure that's what it was. So paint can opener right there. Yep, that is the visor material right there. And that may, as crazy as that is, that visor material laying in that seat, there's a package of mothballs that's no longer a package of mothballs. Let's see what else we got in here. Battery cable. Got one of those. Handle for a toilet turds. Going back to the AM, FM, I know. That's just an AM, GM radio. So, nothing real telling there other than that distributor. Very good chance that was maybe an upgrade, or maybe it was the reason she was parked. Hopefully we get the opportunity to find out soon enough. Got a hitchhiker. Get out, little feller. Get out. Come on. Come on. Says it's cold. It's cold out here. But that's been like that a while. So I'm guessing that window's just off track. And there's more of that smell. That wind gets that just right, and it is bad. Oh, it's right there. I'm gonna have to go find something to drink. That's not fake, folks. That's 100%. About lost my lunch on that one. Where this is stored at all through the 80s, 90s, all the way up to 2000, what I was told was in Fort Wayne, or the story, and there's a good chance I'm screwing this up. So if you're somebody out there that knows this Jeep, knows the gentleman that had it, correct me and I will fix it. Of what I was told, what I remember, this set in Fort Wayne until this gentleman died in 2000. It set in a garage or barn that was falling down with that driver's window gone. The coons lived in this thing a bit. That's where a lot of our stank is coming from. It has not had raccoons in it since I've had it. But some of this stuff is stuff we've thrown in here. This is a soft top for a CJ. We have, at one time we had a whole bunch of CJ2As. You Jeep guys will know exactly what that is. For you non-Jeep guys, that is the first, I believe I'm correct in saying this, that is the first civilian wheelies offered after World War II. So we've had a bunch of those, and this is stuff that I've came across at some point and hung on to. So I want to set you guys down for a minute and get that stuff out so I don't tear up that back seat trying to drag it out with one hand. So I'll be right back. Whew. I do believe that was a big source of our smell. That stuff was full of, what's the right word we use? Mouse remnants. It was full of dookie. As you can see in the seat. So, more parts. I see a starter. I see a starter over there. 3 air filters, or 3 breather setups. 4, because that might be the top one of those. Maybe 3. Parts of starters, I have no idea why those are in there. More toilet parts. Let's go over to that side. There's not a whole lot going on over here. The more openings we can put in this thing, the better. And that door, I don't know if you guys caught that. When was the last time you seen a door from 1969 that opens and shuts like that? Especially on a Jeep. So, boiled linseed oil, isn't that something? And I don't know if you can see that. The ironic part is this, I just bought some of this. Oh man, I think she has leaked into the floor. Yeah. It's still liquid. Better not do that too much. That's about rusted out. That's probably why she's sunk into the floor like that. So for you guys that don't know, linseed, I can't talk today. Linseed oil, boiled linseed oil, is a lot of what a lot of guys use for the patina sauce to make your patina shiny. So I'll try it. I've never used that stuff, but we're not gonna put it on this. This doesn't have, and this doesn't deserve to be patina, in my opinion. That Janky International over there, 100%. Yeah, I think that's a toilet part. Some vice grips, starter parts. I want to go out or go along with or toilet parts. I'm gonna guess these starter parts are not to this. I think these have been thrown in here to be stored. Oh, now that is a cool freaking piece. That one's gonna go right into the garage and on the shelf. I don't remember. Just broke my own rule. Got my phone on. I don't remember if that's something I put in here or if that's something that was left in here. I imagine that's something I put in here, but I definitely don't remember it. So for you guys that don't know and haven't watched the earlier videos, I have a brain injury that has left me with short-term memory loss. So the good side of that, it's always like Christmas because you're finding stuff you don't know you own. I don't remember this, but it's cool as shit. And it's mine again. So we're gonna set that, oh, if I can get up, we'll set that to the side right now before she gets smashed. I'm glad that linseed oil didn't get all over that and make a mess of it. So, more starter parts. I don't know. I don't know if those are just stored in here. I have no idea. It's a good chance I put these in here too. Off-road wrench. Nothing cool. Nothing real cool. A lot of nasty. Flat bar. Woo! Everybody needs a flat bar. The only thing I've seen toweling so far that I know is to this that would not ever be of mine is that distributor, that HEI, that looks like it's for a Buick because it's shorter than a small block Chevy. So that is my first inclination that this thing could have had that as an issue going on. Oop, there's a mouse. Somebody's still home. There's a short chain I was looking for. Could have used that earlier. Everybody needs a short chain with 2 hooks. Yep. A lawnmower blade and another mouse just ran that way. So she's got some residents. No big deal. Let's dig under the hood and see what we find. I can't remember how to prop this. Not prop it. I can't remember how to pop this. All right. As stated, she's got the 350 Buick. At one point, I had told my oldest son, Steven, if he got this running, he could take it to a big car show that's here local to us. As far as I know, he's the only one to ever turn wrenches on this. That's why it's got one of my missing semi batteries in it. Dead end of the door now, I assume. But I'm just taking her in right now. That's an interesting radiator cap there. It's old dried out rubber glove. So let's see what we got here. Dauntless 350. I didn't realize they called the Buick V8s Dauntless as well. So I knew of the Dauntless V6. That tickle's still in my throat. Oh man, I've been fighting that this whole time. That's harsh. And that ain't no faking either. Whew. That hurts. It's still right there in my throat. Oh, that's horrible. It does look like that thermostat housing has been removed. The cedar hose or radiator hose is off. I'm wondering if they weren't getting in the process to dive in and try to put that HEI in there. And this appears to have aftermarket air conditioning. I don't know. I don't know that would have been factory on this. I don't think it was. We'll look in there at the dash and see if it has a unit under the dash or not. But the reason I bring up the air conditioning is I don't know that there's room for an HEI in there. So all right, current situation, back two tires took air somehow, and then no way was the front two going to take air. So got them took off, got them thrown on the back of Alicia's, the trailer that's on the back of Alicia's Jeep. Before we do that, before we take off, I wanted to crawl underneath here where we still got good daylight and give you guys a shot of the floors on this thing. And I haven't looked at them myself for quite some time. When I got this Jeep, I seen how solid it was, and that's why I wanted it. So we are under the passenger front door. So that's the front floors right there. That's the front of the Jeep. Try to give you an orientation of where we're at here. But it's got some scale, you know, but rockers are good. I have no idea what this is. This is tar or something. When I say I don't know what it is, I don't know why it's there. I don't know if that's road tar. I don't think that's any kind of intentional undercoating, but it does appear to have helped. So fuel tank's got some dents in it. Pinion seal's leaking. That's interesting that pinion seal's leaking, but I guess I would too if I sat for 40 years before being moved. Looks like it's got turbo 400, judging by that oil or that transmission pan. I can't see the transfer case good enough to tell what it has. That spot there in the frame looks like rust. That's not rust. That's a maple leaf. So just give you an idea of what we're working on. See, that's got some holes right there. Well, maybe not. I can't push my finger through it, but it's there. I can. So we got a hole right there, and I apologize for that light, but just got a hole there. Not bad though. Not bad. I'll switch my hillbilly creeper around to the other side and show you the driver's side where we got it up in the air. All right, we're back on the driver's side. Got rust right here. Floors are pretty solid. It's getting a little thin in spots. That hanger there's got, or whatever you want to call that support. That support there's got some rust. A little bit there. Not bad though. I think looks like back there might have some worse rust. We'll check that out in a second. But I've definitely seen a lot worse. especially from here in Indiana. And if what the records are I found so far, this thing lived in Illinois and Indiana its entire life. So anybody that's had a car from here in the Rust Belt knows that anything from the 60s or 70s, or heck, even the 90s or the 2000s here is gone. It's rotted out. So, no, that's actually solid. I thought that was rust because it was a different color. It's a different color because it's more solid. So, this rocker over here is starting to peel apart, but man, it's really hard to see because the camera wants to focus on what's outside. But that lip there's got some rust, but not bad really. I imagine what's going to end up happening with this is, I think it's tied up, doesn't it? We're probably going to pull all the carpet completely out of this thing, and that way folks can see it from the inside. But there's a transfer case. I cannot tell you what one that is by looking at it. I'm going to assume an 18 or a 20, Dana. I am not 100% sure. If you guys know that, comment it. I know somebody out there does. I haven't messed with enough of these Jeeps in stock form to know what transfer cases are in them. But that quarter panel is pretty rusty at the very bottom. But they do make quarters for these, I'm pretty sure. I think that's is it BJ's Off-Road? I think it is, that makes a lot of parts for these. This quarter panel is the same, that edge of it's gone. So, but that's the condition of the floors. We're gonna go get some tires put on. I'm gonna go get, I think I said that wrong. We're gonna go get some tires put on the rims for this. Just something that holds air. We're gonna work on it until dark. I would love to see this thing washed. So
I think it'll even be a bigger transformation than the truck.
Yeah, if you guys haven't watched our international transition video or makeover, go check it out. We start with a 53 and end up working on a 63 international, both international. So that one was a pretty cool transformation, but we're gonna go get some stuff and get back after it before we lose daylight. figured we'd dive into this paperwork a little bit that I have, some of the documents. I'm not going to go through all of them because there's literally a 2-inch thick stack of papers that we found in the glove box for this thing, showing its travels, I'd say, as far as where the gentleman lived and stuff. And when he transferred it, he lived in Illinois for a while and then lived in Indiana for a while. And there is everything from utility bills in there, parking tickets, that type of thing. So, but this one here, I think, is the coolest piece of them all. Right here, if you look, odometer, try to make sure you guys can see this. It says there's 29,000 miles on the odometer. What this paper is a receipt from the state of Indiana where he switched the title from an Illinois title to a Indiana title and bought license plates. Now, vehicle year 1969, purchase date, he bought it in 1978, no lien. License plate year 1982, license plate number 2X1258. Now this is where it's cool. Now keep in mind, that's from 1982. Now check this out. 2X1258. It is the same plate still on the Jeep. It expires in 83. Meaning they bought this in 82, entitled it 1 year in Indiana after moving here, and never plated it again. And I will tell you, I witnessed this happening with the fork of a loader. So that's why that smashed. But anyway, I thought that was super cool. Now check this out. And this goes completely right along with it. And now on the miles on this, remember, it states 29,000 up here in the top corner. So what's this got on it? 33,100 miles. So in 1 year, he put on about 4,000 miles. 33,000, let's see here again, 33,100 miles. So yeah, he put on about 4,000 miles in 1 year and never plated it again because it's still got them same plates on it. I think that's pretty freaking cool. On top of that, the title actually says actual miles on it from this transaction. This transaction is when he got the title switched to his name, and is the title that I have today. So I just want to share that with you guys. That's the biggest supporting document we have. There's other stuff in there that goes along with it, but I just think that is super cool. It's not very often you get that kind of documentation and get a receipt from when they did the title transfer. Some of you are probably freaking out because I'm spraying the interior. This thing had 3 inches of coon poop in it. This water is not hurting anything. She's a little gross. We're going to spray her down like this, get the bulk of it off. Austin's going to go over it with some industrial cleaner and a sponge, and then we'll spray it back off once again. So it's getting washed 2 or 3 times. As some of you know, life happens and things don't go as planned, and that was the case with the Jeep. Shot a good intro for this and had full intentions on getting this thing running and driving, and it didn't happen. Had a lot going on that's aggravated some health issues of mine. I have a brain injury from an auto accident back in 2016, and if you guys go back and watch our very first video, we'll explain that a little bit and how that affects me. But basically, my brain gets tired easy, and with everything going on in life right now, it's really tired. Austin and I had a semi hit us a while back on our way back from the estate where we bought this red International and a bunch of other trucks, and coupled with some other things going on, I just don't have any energy to do anything. But so we didn't get this truck running, which I know is going to cost me greatly as far as selling it as a runner versus a roller, you know, or a non-running, whatever you want to label it as. But anyway, it's going to sell, let me double check my dates. It is going to sell August 24th, Jeff Boone Auctions. Links to all the vehicles there are going to be in the description for this video. Austin and I is getting ready to load it up in a semi right now and take it over there and drop it off. I'll do a quick recap video of what we've got there. I'll post that maybe Thursday or something. But yeah, life sucks sometimes, but it is what it is. All we can do is manage what we're dealt and keep trucking. So I'll see you guys on next one. It might be a minute, but the next video will probably be our video from the auction. So stay tuned, guys. Thanks for watching.